Hey beautiful souls, if you're watching this video right now, you're one of the 12 million Aries who are absolutely stuck between wanting to believe in magic and feeling like you're being way too unrealistic. I'm getting chills because 72% of you are literally experiencing this exact energy crisis this week. But here's what nobody's telling you about this cosmic situation. Everyone thinks hope and realism are opposites, but actually, they're about to become your superpower combination. I just pulled a card that's going to change everything you think you know about manifesting as a fire sign. The card that just came out is the Four of Swords, Bob. Reversed. Yes, you heard that right. Not the typical Aries energy card, not the expected wands or fire magic. This is about breaking out of mental stagnation, and I'm getting goosebumps because this is exactly what 89% of you need to hear right now. Listen to me carefully because I'm about to share something that's going to happen to most of you within the next 14 days. It's going to challenge everything you think you know about being optimistic while staying grounded. Are you ready for this? The Four of Swords. Reversed is telling me that you've been stuck in analysis paralysis, trying to figure out if your dreams are too big or if you're not dreaming big enough. You're lying awake at 3 a.m. questioning every single decision, every single hope, every single plan. This card is literally screaming at you to stop overthinking and start integrating both your realistic nature with your natural Aries optimism. Here's what's happening to your energy field right now. You're experiencing what I call the hope-reality paradox. Your brain is telling you to be practical, but your soul is screaming for magic. And instead of choosing one or the other, the universe is about to teach you how to use both simultaneously. The next energy coming through is absolutely mind-blowing. I'm pulling another card and oh my goodness, this is giving me chills because this is not what I expected for this reading. The Hermit just came out and I'm literally getting emotional right now. This is about your inner wisdom awakening to the fact that hope and realism aren't enemies. They're actually your greatest allies when you understand how to use them together. The Hermit is telling me that you've been on a soul-searching journey for the past few months, trying to figure out if you're being too dreamy or too harsh on yourself. You've been isolating yourself from certain people who either crush your dreams or enable your unrealistic expectations. This card is saying that your inner truth is finally ready to emerge, and it's going to blow your mind. What I'm seeing in your energy field is this beautiful integration happening. You're learning to dream with practical steps. You're learning to be realistic without crushing your soul. This is pure Aries mastery at its finest. But wait, there's more. The next card is making me emotional because it's speaking directly to your heart chakra about this whole situation. Nine of Cups. Just came out and I'm literally crying right now. This is your wish fulfillment card, but it's not what you think. This isn't about getting everything you want. This is about realizing that your wishes are already more realistic than you thought, and your reality is already more magical than you realized. The Nine of Cups is telling me that you've been underestimating your ability to manifest because you thought you had to choose between being hopeful or realistic. But this card is showing me that your greatest manifestations are about to come from the sweet spot where hope meets practical action. I'm seeing something very specific for 83% of you watching this. Within the next 21 days, you're going to have a moment where you realize that one of your biggest dreams is actually way more achievable than you thought. It's not going to come from pure fantasy or from crushing your spirit. It's going to come from this beautiful marriage of optimism and strategy. The comments are already going crazy because you're all feeling this energy shift. I can feel your excitement through the screen right now, but here's where it gets really interesting. The next card is about to reveal the specific area of your life where this hope-realism balance is going to play out most dramatically. Queen of Pentacles. Just came out and I'm getting goosebumps again because this is about your relationship with money and material success. But wait, this isn't just about wealth. This is about your ability to nurture your dreams into reality. The Queen of Pentacles is telling me that you've been worried about being too materialistic when you think about money, or too impractical when you dream about abundance. But this card is saying that your natural Aries leadership combined with Earth energy is about to create something really special. I'm seeing that some of you have been feeling guilty about wanting financial success because you think it's not spiritual enough. Others have been frustrated because you're being too idealistic about money. The Queen of Pentacles is saying, stop. You can be both spiritual and successful. You can be both dreamy and practical about money. What's really interesting is that this card is showing me that your relationship with money is actually a mirror for your relationship with all your desires. When you learn to be realistic about money without crushing your dreams, you're going to understand how to do this in every area of your life. The energy is shifting now, and I'm getting this really strong message about timing. The next card is about to reveal when this major shift is going to happen in your life. Two of Swords just came out, and wow, this is about the decision you've been avoiding. You've been stuck between choosing hope or realism, but this card is saying that the decision itself is the illusion. The Two of Swords is showing me that you've been blindfolded by your own limiting beliefs about what it means to be optimistic versus realistic. You've been thinking that you have to choose one or the other, but this card is about to remove that blindfold. I'm seeing that most of you have been in this mental gridlock for about 6 to 8 weeks now. You've been going back and forth between being excited about your future and then immediately shutting yourself down with practical concerns. The Two of Swords is saying that this internal conflict is about to resolve itself, but not in the way you think. Instead of choosing one side, you're going to realize that both sides are actually giving you important information. Your hopeful side is showing you what's possible. Your realistic side is showing you how to make it happen. When you stop fighting these two parts of yourself and start listening to both, magic happens. The next card is going to reveal the specific action you need to take to integrate these two energies. Seven of Wands just came out, and I'm getting fired up because this is pure Aries energy. This is about defending your right to be both optimistic and realistic. This is about standing up for your dreams while also honoring your practical wisdom. The Seven of Wands is telling me that you've been under attack from two different directions. Some people in your life have been telling you to be more realistic, to stop dreaming so big, to come back down to earth. Other people have been telling you to be more positive, to stop being so negative, to just believe everything will work out. This card is saying enough. You don't need to defend yourself against either of these viewpoints because both of them are missing the point. You're not too dreamy and you're not too harsh. You're learning to be intelligently optimistic, and that's exactly what the world needs from you right now. I'm seeing that there's been a specific situation in your life, probably within the last 3 weeks, where you felt like you had to choose between being supportive of someone's dream or being realistic about the challenges they're facing. The Seven of Wands is saying that this was actually practice for learning how to hold both energies for yourself. The next card is going to reveal what's possible when you fully integrate these two aspects of yourself. The Star just came out, and I'm literally getting emotional because this is about your highest potential. This is about what happens when you stop seeing hope and realism as opposites and start seeing them as best friends. The Star is telling me that you're entering a period of inspired action. Not just inspired thinking, not just realistic planning, but inspired action that bridges both worlds. This is when your dreams start becoming reality in a way that feels both magical and natural. I'm seeing that your greatest gift to the world is your ability to be realistically optimistic. You're not the person who promises that everything will be perfect, but you're also not the person who crushes dreams with harsh reality. You're the person who says, here's what's possible, and here's how we make it happen. The Star is showing me that this is going to become your superpower in the next 3 months. People are going to start coming to you for advice because you know how to hold both hope and realistic strategy in the same conversation. But here's the most important part. The next card is going to reveal the specific way this is going to transform your personal life. King of Cups. just came out and I'm getting chills because this is about emotional mastery. This is about your ability to feel all your feelings without being controlled by them. This is about being emotionally honest without being emotionally dramatic. The King of Cups is telling me that you've been worried about being too emotional when you get excited about your dreams, or too cold when you're being realistic about challenges. But this card is saying that your emotional wisdom is actually your greatest asset in this whole process. I'm seeing that you're learning to trust your feelings as valuable information without being controlled by them. You're learning to be hopeful without being naive, and realistic without being cynical. This is the emotional maturity that's going to make everything else possible. The final card is going to reveal the ultimate outcome of this whole journey. 10 of Pentacles. Just came out and I'm getting goosebumps because this is about legacy. This is about the long-term impact of learning to balance hope and realism in your life. The 10 of Pentacles is telling me that this journey you're on isn't just about personal growth. It's about creating something that will last. It's about building a life that's both deeply satisfying and sustainably successful. I'm seeing that when you master this balance between hope and realism, you're going to create something that impacts not just your own life, but the lives of people around you. You're going to become the person who shows others that it's possible to be both dreamy and practical, both optimistic and realistic. The 10 of Pentacles is showing me a future where you're not just surviving, you're thriving. You're not just getting by, you're creating something beautiful. And it's all because you learned to use both your hope and your realism as tools for manifestation. So here's what I need you to understand right now. You don't have to choose between being hopeful and being realistic. You don't have to be one or the other. You can be both. In fact, you need to be both to create the life you're meant to live. Your hope without realism is just wishful thinking. Your realism without hope is just cynicism. But your hope with realism is pure magic. That's when you become unstoppable. The universe is giving you permission to dream big and make practical plans, to be optimistic about your future and honest about your challenges, to believe in magic and work for your results. You're not too much of either. You're exactly the right amount of both. And the world needs your unique combination of fire and wisdom, dream and strategy, hope and realism. Subscribe now because your future depends on understanding this energy. The comments are going crazy, and I can feel your excitement through the screen. This is just the beginning of your transformation. If you want more of this energy, you know where to find me. But right now, I need you to trust that you're exactly where you need to be. Your journey with balancing hope and realism is going to change everything.